Good morning. Yes, this is Lori from Entretejidos Crochet and Lori's Crafty Corner. We are having like this very sumptuous voice because I am a bit under the weather, but thankfully I can still crochet. So today's video is going to be a challenge video. Back in, I want to say September, October of 2024, I started this challenge for myself where I would let the winner wheel pick out my next pattern, because over the course of my crocheting journey or endeavor or adventure, I have accumulated quite a bit of patterns that I have not yet made. Now, I'll link the video in one of the cards up here because at that point, I want to say I had like 200 or something. Right now, I don't know how many patterns I have. We don't talk about Bruno here, so let's just leave it at that. But I have been smarter about buying patterns. And most of the patterns that I've bought recently, I've already made, which was, as I was preparing the folder where I have all the patterns in, as I was setting it up for today's video, I was actually so excited that most of the patterns that I had recently downloaded into that file were moved into the made folder. So yay for that, definitely. Now, I still want to work through my crochet pattern stash, if you will, and today's video is going to be like that. Usually in my Get It Made challenge, the winner wheel will pick the letter because I have divided all of the patterns into their letter folder. So if the pattern starts with the letter A, it'll automatically be placed into folder A, and so on and so forth. So the winner wheel would pick the folder in which we were going to focus on, and then another spin of the winner wheel would pick the pattern that I was going to make. So in the folder, if I had 20 patterns, I would input 1 through 20, it'll pick the number, and then the other thing that the winner wheel would do was to pick the main color. And these were all, all the colors of the rainbow, well, all the basic colors of the rainbow, so like red, green, blue, and so on and so forth, including white, black, brown, and so on. This time around, and I got this idea from the Cozy Book I don't recall her name, but she went on a Mama Made Minis binge of making all of the patterns in the book or in the new ebook. I don't recall. I'll link the video in the description box. It's phenomenal. But she was using this little box, and I think it's Sarah Ray color combo palette box or something like that. She said that she would just pick the color card from that box, and then it would help her choose the colors that she would use in the plushies. And those plushies were very colorful. They were so cute. And I kind of got the idea because I started looking on Pinterest for color palettes, color combos, and so on and so forth. And I have made a board on Pinterest that has 85 different color combos. We are still doing the Get It Made challenge, but we're doing it slightly different. It'll pick the letter that we're going to focus on, it'll pick what pattern, and then it'll pick the number that will correspond to the color combo, color palette sort of thing. Based on that, we will go shopping in my yarn stash and we will make. In order to keep this video kind of short and sweet, because my last couple of videos have been kind of long-ish, I will only do 2 patterns. Without further ado, I'm going to spin you around and start picking things from, well, not, we won't pick, the winner wheel will pick. Okay, so before we do the little winner wheel thing, I just wanted to show you what I mean by the color palettes. So here and on my Pinterest board, I have gone crazy picking things that, ooh, these are, look at these combos. These are amazing. So anything that like caught my eye, I would put it here. Let's see what we're going to make today. Okay, so the first shuffle, the first spin has 21 entries because these are all the letters that I have files for. So our first set will start with the letter L. Here I have a blank winner wheel. I'm just going to input the amount of L patterns here. So hang tight. Okay, so I had to do a little bit of shifting because I actually had this pattern twice, and then I had a wearable pattern that doesn't go here, even though it does start with the letter L. So now that we have 10 patterns, let's input. And we have number 4. Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have Leo. We're going to be working on Leo the Lobster. The pattern is by Hooks and Healers. And he has 2 colors. So from what I can pick at. Let's see. If this happens where I have 2 colors and the color combos have more, I'll try and pick, we'll see. I'll try and pick very distinct colors. Plus we have the colors of the eyes. So what colors will Leo the Lobster be? Number 21. And we go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. These are the colors that Leo the Lobster should have. So we have like an off-white color. We have a nice yellow, a lime green, a kind of like sage-ish darker color. Well, not darker, but a light sage situation here, and then a darker green. This is for pattern number 2 that we're going to work today on this video. And we have the letter C. The letter C's, these are all, I already went through and checked that I didn't have any repeats, and all the patterns that are supposed to be in here, like, they're all plushy patterns, and I have 57 patterns. Ooh, that was close. So we have number 22. This is number 22, and it's this lovely chicken by Winnie's Crochet. It's a rooster! Oh my goodness! No, actually it's a crochet. Wow. Yes, we know it's crochet. It's a chicken. And it has 1, 2, 4 different colors. So yeah, okay. These are the colors for the chicken. Not that bad, not that bad. I think for this we're going to have to use like this blue and whatnot for like the comb thingies, but we'll see. But not that bad. So now that we have the colors for both Leo the Lobster and the chicken pattern, I'm gonna go into my yarn stash, pick out the colors, and circle back. Okay, so recap time. We have to make Leo the Lobster with like these not blues, greens, yellows, really like soft colors. And I picked, because Leo the lobster only requires 2 different colors for its body. So this is how my brain is working. Leo will be in this main color, and then the accent will be like this minty sage. I believe this is Rain from Premier's Parfait Chunky, and this is Sunshine. They kind of go, we'll see. And then for the eyes, I am going to use like that softer green, not softer, but like, well, yeah, soft green forest sort of color for the eyes. So very much from the 5 colors that were picked in that color palette, we're going to be using 3. So not bad. In terms of the chicken that we're going to make, these were more like earthy tones, not that different. But I did try and pick very distinct colors. So, and this is going to be like a regular chicken almost. These are the colors that I picked. So we had a brown, it was more on the reddish side, but this is what I had on hand. So I'm using chocolate from Premier's Parfait Chunky, Toffee. This is blue if I'm not mistaken, and this one I believe is Fog if I'm not mistaken. There are quite a bit of gray colors in Parfait Chunky, so I sometimes mix them. But it's either Fog or light gray or something. So those are the colors for the chicken. Now, there was another blue and I believe another brown color in the color palette. So those colors will be added in terms of the safety eyes. We're going to jump into time lapses of me working on these patterns. Hopefully it won't be a whole lot of footage because they look like pretty, and this is a disclaimer, they look like pretty fast patterns to make. I will catch you up when I'm done with these patterns. Love it. Now we have to do the wings and the little comb and, oh, and the beak right here. We are back. I do feel a little bit better, even though my voice does not necessarily reflect that, but the 2 plushies have been made, and full disclosure, I was so very excited for the chicken one because of the colors, and I've been meaning to make that pattern before. Leo the lobster, I wasn't too sure, not because of the pattern, it was because of the colors that were picked for him. So I wasn't too excited, and while I was making him, I was like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? Because I'm not really loving the whole yellow and like rain color that I picked. But then I saw in the pattern, you do get this pattern to make him a party hat. And I added in more of the colors from that color combination. And I'm not mad. I am so happy with the result. Just look at him. Like, let's take a moment. I don't know what it is, but I tend to make my plushies so chunky, and Leo was not the exception. So we have achieved the challenge goal to use most of the colors from the color combination palette thing. I used some 20mm lake water eyes to just like pull all the greens together. And I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. Just look at that little face. And he's so ready to party with his party hat. The chicken, I just, look at this cutie. Just like, I did think, as I was making the wings, I was like, these wings are gonna look too big on him. But once it's all sewn in place, I think they're just perfect. And just look at all the colors. We did use all of the colors of this color palette, and just look at them. Now, what I love about this challenge is that it really did help me jump into other sorts of color combinations, because if you were to task me with make a lobster, I would have gone with like a red or a pink, and like make a chicken, I might have gone with a brown, but not these color combos. But now, how fast or how long does it take to make these? Honestly, if I hadn't taken any breaks, I would have finished both yesterday, but I did have to take some breaks. I did have to work on other projects. I did have to do a bunch of other stuff. I would say maybe an hour and a half, and more or less the same for him as well. But bear in mind, I'm making these patterns for the first time. As it happens, once you have a pattern that you love and you continue to work through with the pattern, you kind of get faster and faster and faster. But hey, look at these adorable little guys. So that's the end of today's video. I do plan on making more challenges, like making them not like once every, I don't know, however many months, but maybe like once a month do this, so that I can work through my pattern stash, work through my yarn stash, kind of like jump into different color combinations. Now, for next month's video, comment down below if you would like to see like the same thing where the winner wheel picks the letter, the pattern, and the color combination, or if you would like to add another layer, like, okay, the winner wheel will pick your next color combination, your next pattern, but it's only from, I don't know, only cow patterns. And I would do that. I would pull all of my cow patterns, have the winner wheel pick from that. If you like today's content, please consider subscribing, liking the video, comment down below anything that you would like to comment. Share the video if you like it and you think someone else would like the video. But that's all from me today, and I'll see you next time with another video. Bye.